Hello everyone, this is Andrew Tinio with the Eagle newspaper. We are here at High School Media Day here with head coach of the Rudder Rangers, Eric Ezar. Coach, new year, getting it going again. Just talking about the excitement of the program, the team, and just checking off the beginning of fall camp.
We're really excited. I think it's always as a coach, we got a lot of young guys this year, so it's really kind of fun because we had a great class graduate last year. They've been there for 3 or 4 years, and so now you got a whole new group coming in, and just it's almost like a baby when they first start off, and it's totally starting over. Like last year, those kids, they were in diapers, and then boom, they ran away. So now we got a whole new group. We're training them, and it's been a lot of fun to see those kids grow throughout the summer.
And I know some of the new will be in the skill position. I want to target first offensively at receiver. Right. Just talk to you about a couple of names that you're really excited to see, a couple of names that you want to see out there in more prime position, more prime roles here on varsity. Just name me a couple of guys you're excited to see.
Well, in the spring, we were, got a chance to see, Nick Clifton. He's a kid who runs really well. He was able to get on the field a little bit last year, but since we had all senior receivers, he didn't play as much. But, I think at any other program, he'd have really been probably a star receiver. He's very fast, so we're really looking forward to him. Aiden Gray, we have a lot of sophomores coming up. He's going to be a sophomore, really good speed, was really good for us on the freshman team. Dante Curry's a kid who plays Y for us, who came back out. We think he's going to do really well. Also, at the A-back position, we got Malik Wilson, Jabari Burrell. They've had good summers and good springs. All young, kind of untested, but really think they're going to come on. Jabari has really big catches when we played Clean Ellison. And then, of course, AJ Morrison is going to be the guy who's kind of our bell cow this year. He's already got the number 1 on, and so he's ready to go. That's kind of become that's what he's wore for 2 years.
Yep.
And so now that's going down to AJ, and he's going to play tailback. We're probably going to move him around, get him the ball in different spots. He'll definitely be the bell cow this year. And we also have Brandon Brown, who may play a little bit of tailback.
Yeah.
We got a kid, Marion Gibson, who's kind of a bigger back who we can kind of change the pace with.
I know offensively looking for some more guys, defensively looking for some more guys. Well, I know Malik Wilson comes back. I know Jordan Oliver played a little bit last year. Secondary, what are you kind of looking for when you look at that group?
Well, the first thing I think, is Jordan Oliva is going to be he's the guy coming back. He's the leader. Did really well in the spring in the 7-on-7. He's going to be the guy who's going to lead us. We're still having some young kids who are going to step up. Malik's probably going to have to, he's been offense and defense. He's probably going to play some secondary for us. And I really think the strength is going to be our defensive line, our linebackers, probably the best we've had. Sean Godoy, Javen Richardson, Jordan Ennis, up front is going to be really good. Amari Gibson's going to play some defensive end for us. And then, Brandon Brown off the edge. I think he's one of the faster kids probably in the area, around 10.5 in the 100. And he's got a group of brothers that are going to be really good. Trayshawn Brown and Jay Brown. Their cousin, Caden Shallow is probably going to be one of the surprise kids we have this year. Dominic Garcia at linebacker. So we have a lot of good kids. We feel like at linebacker they're going to be really good. So we think the defense is probably the strength of the team.
Yeah, I know you mentioned skill position, got to get used to it, but it's helpful, the skill position, getting used to it when you've got good play in the trenches. Offensive line, you mentioned the defensive line ad nauseum now, with the offensive line bringing back quite a bit. Just how excited are you for those both groups to kind of set the tone, set the foundation, I guess, in a way for how things go?
Well, and offensive line-wise, I think, we're going to be a little bit younger. We had some kids who graduated and some kids who had some injuries that won't be back. And so, that's going to give us a chance to see. We're going to have a lot of sophomores who are going to have to step up on the offensive line. And so we're excited to kind of see what they can do. J.D. Ballard is going to be our guy who's our leader of that offensive line. And so we think he's going to be able to be kind of the guy who's going to get everything going and get everybody in the right places.
Quite impressive for me. We've gone this long, haven't talked about the quarterback position yet.
Yes.
Talk to me about the two guys that you've had competing, what they kind of each do well, and if they're much different play styles, but it's kind of similar in a way.
Well, I think we have Ivan Barrett, who's going to be the senior, and Parker Neal is going to be a sophomore.
Yeah.
They are a little bit different. Ivan, is a little bit more athletic in the pocket. When things break down, he's able to get out. Parker's the steady one who just kind of, he's been in the offense for 3 or 4 years as far as in the junior high, and so he's done as far as knowing where to go with the ball. So those are big, and so we got to figure out who the quarterback is. And right now, it's a 2-man race, maybe a 3-man race. We're just kind of looking to see what happens in fall camp and who we have. So it's gonna you like to go into fall camp knowing, okay, he's the guy, but right now we're still it's a battle that goes, and competition's great. I mean, so sometimes competition is gonna decide who's going to be able to take the pressure and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that go into it.
Yeah. Talk to me about look at the non-district schedule, same as last year.
Right.
Same thing, but maybe some of the non-district teams you're maybe more familiar with, maybe more teams you got more film on. You playing against them, them playing against others. What kind of games stand out to you in the non-district?
Well, the first one's always you always got to circle the first one.
Yeah.
And West Fork last year was a brand new school. They gave us took us to overtime, and so. They're going to be coming here. You would look on paper, they got 11 guys on both sides of the ball coming back. So if they weren't a new school, you'd go, oh, they got 11 guys coming back. So that's always going to be, so that's going to be a good game for us. El Campo was a really good game that we won at home last year. Now we got to go down there. Great program. So we got some really good competitive non-district schedule. You got Nacogdoches, Pflugerville, Conley, and Willow Ridge. So it gives us some good tests.
Yeah, I know last year got off to the very strong start. District play happened. Very tough district, obviously. Right. Talk to me about how y'all feel y'all want to finish the year stronger this year than y'all did last year. What do you feel like y'all need to do to get to that point?
Well, I mean, to be honest, we've talked to the kids. I mean, I think if you look at Belton, who started off slow, but they kind of got better a little bit every week, and they ended up sneaking in the playoffs. I think that's kind of our deal. Is we just gotta, not worry about the things early. Work on getting better every week. And then so we can make that push to get into the playoffs, because you really got to. We found out last year you probably need to win 3 to for sure get in. We won 2 and then lost in a tiebreaker. But if you can find those 3 games to win, I think it could be any given night. I think we can beat anybody, but we can get beat by anybody. I mean that happened last year too. So if we can just get better every week, so when we get into district, we're starting to hit that. Going up the mountain, and start to crest at that point. That's where we want to be.
All right. Anything else like to add about the year? Any player that I didn't mention that you're excited for? Any other final thoughts?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of surprise kids this year, and it just as we go into camp, anybody we didn't mention, there's a lot of kids in the shadows that are probably going to surprise you, and so. There are kids who are freshmen that can step up. Maybe some people coming in. We'll just have to see what fall camp holds. Yeah. So there could be some people week 3 that we didn't mention who are stars. So we'll get a chance to see that.
All right. Well, that's all I got. Make sure to check out all of our high school content at theeagle.com. Thanks for watching.